This is a two-part live pertaining to um, has decided to come out to speak pertaining to conversation she had with her boy child. Her boy child basically was saying that McGann favored girls, bringing them Sonic drinks, handing out candy. He seemed to gear more toward the girls. So I'm going to assume his fascination, sick fascination, was with female children. I also believe that he is bitter, very bitter, angry, because he has been hopping around from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. So he decided to befitting to his emotional state. I think his emotional state is that he's bitter, he's angry, he's possibly mad at himself, angry with himself, that he's moving around, and he's moving around because of his behavior with children. He likes kids, he favors girls, okay? And he's been caught. So he would resign, move jurisdiction, probably speak, how we talk, the people we engage. We have to own that. And I don't think he wanted to own that. So he's walking around mad, angry. And I think he decided, I'm going to hurt someone to show the world how angry and bitter I am. So on that fateful day, he went into this state park in Arkansas, the Devil's Den, and exacted this crime against two individuals, a husband and a wife. And I find it very interesting also that they had girls with them. Don't you find that ironic? He favors girls. He's been moving from school district to school district. And he kills parents of girls near the age that he fancies, third, fourth graders. I think that oldest child was about 9, the victim's children. That's the age he fancies. Putting a cover over the license plate, that is intentional. So he went out hunting. He found him 2 victims, and they just so happen to be parents. He's bitter and he's miserable because he's put himself in this predicament of fancying children and moving about, probably tired of moving about. He decided to hunt down innocent people to show how bitter and angry he is. And he's going to make somebody pay. But who he's angry with is himself. And instead of him unaliving himself, he decided to hunt down these people in the state park, the Devil's Den. So now the state park has rightfully earned its name because the devil, Mr. McGann, family, friends, parents, will his parents speak? Does he have brothers, sisters, siblings? He's moved around about 4 districts. That's the latest information. That's how the ball got rolling with all this shuffling about from school to school. Somebody didn't like his behavior, whatever he was saying and doing. I don't know the extent of what he did to said children, but whatever it was, they didn't favor it, and they alerted their family, which alerted the school districts. Mr. Drummond, Austin Drummond, another dirty bird here in the dirty South, my state of Tennessee. He is on Tennessee's most wanted list, as he should be. He's on to say they were discarded in a wooded area. Now, they didn't say they were in their house, because that's what you would say if they were found in a home. So we learned that they were not too far from their cars, which would lead me to believe he's had help. Say, well, how would you get 2 cars in a wooded area? Number one, if you had help taking those cars there, or was followed by another individual in a car, then that means both of you probably had dead people in either car, or dead people all piled up in one car. That's even more sinister to think about. Who is this person? Because you got to figure out the location of where they were discarded versus where they actually all lived. Did the young lady live with her mother, brother, boyfriend, husband, or whomever, and child? The child that was abandoned, deceased. Officials are not giving any details on how they were murdered, how they got there, state of remains, none of that. 2 cars out there means what exactly? Somebody drove those people out there, either alive or deceased, So that's also going to be a question. Where were they murdered? How were they murdered? And where exactly? In a home? Another public area? Did he lure them out there one by one? What is actually out there in that area? Familiar to him, familiar to the victims? And the fact that they're mentioning compassion, because he spared the baby. But to tell the public that it's random, that's kind of hypocritical as well, because he's already murdered 4 people. He has attempted murder charge from prison that he's currently facing at the moment. So yes, he has been a busy bee. Gets out of prison, has drug charges from prison, and also attempted murder, trying to kill me. So that shows he's violent. He hadn't tried to change his life, try to better himself, try to keep his nose clean while incarcerated. First charge he caught, that robbery charge, he was just 16 years old. He was a kid. Not to make any excuses. The point I'm trying to make is he didn't try to do better. He just became worse and worse. He's also considers himself a Vice Lord gang member, which is very interesting. And we do have a lot of, I'm sure, more white kids, young people affiliating themselves with known black gangs. And if you did not know, disciples. So I found that interesting that they put that in an article. I guess he's gang affiliated. So now we have to ask that question. Is he, number one, getting help? Because his car has now been found. Jackson, Tennessee. Found on Friday. He was last seen Wednesday. Where was he last seen? Who was he with? The fact that the baby was abandoned in an SUV or van, that's even more scary because it goes back to my people and now being on the run. Is a gang member helping him? Somebody he met on the outside when he got out, somebody he already has known but kept in contact, when he got out or while incarcerated, don't know. But this is some funny business. And I'm only saying he's possibly has for the obvious reasons. I live in this state, and this state is vast and long. And when you're talking about rural areas of travel where there are no sidewalks, nothing but pavement, asphalt, and trees, grass, shrubbery, wilderness, you know damn well you would only be a fool to be walking around dumping a body by car, leave that location to then go walk back to the place, the home, where the next victims are, and then what? Put them in their car, drive them back out there to that same place, dump them off, and then walk back out. I believe he had help. He had help either killing these people or he called someone after he murdered them. And then the main question is why? Why did he unalive these people? What did they do to him? And the fact that we have investigators mentioning the word compassion, some would say, okay, he spared a kid, but he still. So what was so drastic that you had to kill a teenager? He's still a child. He's a child by law. He's a child in the eyes of God. Not an infant, of course, not a toddler, but he's still a child. The type, his demeanor wouldn't have struck them as someone that would murder a family members. So, and that goes back to what I always preach about on this network. If you follow me here on the Vault XL, you don't know anyone. You don't know to spare a baby, but he didn't have that same compassion for the other 4 people. So he's still sinister. And then to say it's random, but beware, don't confront him. He is dangerous. You're contradicting yourself. Random or not, he is still dangerous. He snuffed out 4 people for whatever reason. And one of those kids was an older kid. One of those people was an older kid. So because he spared a baby doesn't mean anything. Yes, he gave this child a chance at life, but he snuffed out 4 other lives. How do you weigh the two? You really can't. Because death is death. It's final. He's out here walking around. So people need to be aware. Doors, cars, locked. And one thing you have to remember, he's killed 4, tried to kill somebody in prison. He would do it again. So the fact that You want to label it. You don't think, what, he's a threat to other people. The mindset is a threat because something about him, something in him told him it was okay to kill those 4 people. And I'm supposed to sit here and believe that all 4 of those people did something to him personally for him to unalive them? Come on. The kid, the teenager, what did he do? Was this an issue of a relationship? They didn't want him dating that one of their family members, or I don't even know if he was still dating that one family member that they are speaking of. And I don't know if she's the one speaking, saying that, you know, she's stunned at his behavior, but this is all baffling. Where was he staying? Who was he staying with? Was he working? He had a nice car. How do you afford the car? So you have to ask all those questions. Does he have any children? Has he made any children since he's been released? He's been out not quite a year. September 24 is when he was released from prison. Who is helping Austin McDermott? Because I believe he has help. And that is going to be the scary part, besides these murders, is that he had help in unaliving those people. And then we would have to ask, number one, why would he want them dead? And why would you foolishly help him murder these people? Now, I had assumed early on that one of the dead may have been involved. And I only put that on my post that I, took down because, somebody got their panties all in a knot. Is that males killing the family, then killing themselves? So I said, I think it was, maybe one of the deceased people. But I was wrong. Nothing wrong with that. We all make assumptions about storylines. But this is even more baffling that law officials said we have a suspect, we have evidence. Okay. We don't know what it is. They're not telling us, because they're not even telling us the matter. Ask why not, because that is how the killer is thinking. And that is how they thought at that time. I did it because I could. I need an explanation. You need clarification. But as the DA said out in Idaho, if I was to ask, it's a possibility that the suspect will lie, manipulate. But what's the harm in asking? So we're asking, Mr. McDermott, why did you unalive these 4 people? Why did you spare the baby? Authorities say they're not going to ask any questions. If you have information to where Mr. Drummond can be located, they're asking him to kindly turn himself in so as he and authorities don't get hurt. A peaceful resolution. Will he turn himself in? I don't know. Because he knows that when he turns himself in, it's a wrap. And he'll probably also be facing the death penalty. And as you see, with the latest shenanigans here in this state, there's a man that's about to be put to death. And the hospital and the prison are not going to deactivate his defibrillator. And I meant to put that on a poll to ask you all about that as well. I'll do that right after this live. Should or would this be considered unusual punishment, cruel and unusual punishment, to execute a man with his defibrillator still working? Some will say yes, because the electrocution is to put him down, and that defibrillator is going to be going on, off. Wow, this information I have pertaining to Mr. McDermott and Mr. MCGANN. 2 Dirty South storylines. One that happened in Arkansas and one here in Tennessee. I live in East Tennessee. The quadruple homicide took place in West Tennessee. Authorities believe that Mr. McDermott is possibly still in the area, which is even more scary that he hasn't left. I don't know why they think that. Maybe they do have some information. Maybe someone is talking. And as I said before, they're letting anyone know as far as claiming the reward. We just want to know where he is. That's it. So I don't know if that means you harbored him all of 1 day, 2 days, and you decide to change your mind and turn him over. I guess they'll give you a pass. I don't know. This is a diabolical story. Was he high, doped up, drunk? Was there an argument? Could this be drug related? Could something have been going down in the house? Did somebody see or hear something that he had done? He went to confront the person at the house. One thing led to another. There were witnesses. These people got acted well with these people. And then poof, out of the blue, he's now a suspect in their murders. Perhaps they saw something and he had to kill all of them. Perhaps there was something going on in a house and they all were together, had a gathering, and he couldn't leave them alive because they would tell. I don't know. Because as I said, there was a teenager in that group of people that he murdered, and they do believe he is the correct suspect. So what happened? Arkansas, the devil, Andrew McGann. Commentary has come out. He favors girls. A child told his mother incidents that happened in the classroom of him favoring girl children with candy, soda pop, things like that. So he let it be known he liked girls. Children sitting in his lap, very inappropriate. Playing games with that said boy child. Mother feeling like he's not really trying to teach my kid anything. It's not school book material. That's the one thing people don't understand about a child molester. That is what they do. They act like children because most of them possibly did not have a successful childhood, let's say. So they vibe with who they are inside. Now, naturally, this is not a good vibe when it crosses over to inappropriate touching and child rape. But you understand what I'm saying? A lot of pedophiles identify with children because they are childlike themselves. And not to make an excuse, as I said, for crossing the line. But you'll see that with many pedophiles. It's the reason why they want to be around children, hang around children. They are attracted to children physically, sexually, because they are also childlike. They can't interact with adults, can't conversate with adults. And I think that's obvious with Mr. McGann. Somebody's going to come out and tell the story that he has always acted immature and childlike. And even as an adult, nothing had changed. He crossed the line. And he's angry with himself and bitter at everyone, but he is his own worst enemy. And he went out and decided to take it further by unaliving these innocent people in the devil's den. He chose them deliberately. He planned to kill somebody. He covered his tag. He went out, had weapons, and he made sure to choose two people who were the parents of girl children. That is no coincidence. Two-part live, everybody. I brought you an update pertaining to Donald Trump and Sean Puffy Combs. Representatives for Mr. Combs did reach out to Mr. Trump to ask about a pardon, but Mr. Trump has said that he is not considering pardoning, but he would consider a pardon for them or anyone in general. As he says, that's his job. He has the power to pardon people who are incarcerated. But as far as Sean Puffy Combs, he is not considering giving him a pardon. So I'm sure he is devastated at hearing this latest news. I'm also curious to why Mr. Trump wouldn't consider a pardon. And as I said to you all before pertaining to the sentencing, it's October 3rd. The judge could have let him go on a bond a while ago when he got his, not guilties and guilty verdicts. Judge could have let him out. We will see. That's the latest Follow the Queen on the Newsbreak app. Also here on YouTube. Check my community page for said updates, polls. I have a lot of polls on my community page. Check out those latest polls. Voice your opinion. You are anonymous. So whatever you vote, nobody will know unless you decide to comment below. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. My weekend movie is The Alphabet Killer. It's based on crimes that took place in Rochester, New York, 50-something years ago, of girl children, and also Clove Hitch. That is another very good movie, and it is free on the Tubi app. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. We were talking about Mr. McGann, who killed the 4 people in The Devil's Bless You. I'll be back with more stimulating content. Check out my shorts in the YouTube queue, and also follow me in the Newsbreak app. All you have to do is download the app to your devices, and you'll get a notification when I upload a video or a comment on an article. And I do have about 115 posts over there. I do have a few videos uploaded over there, so feel free to check them out. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to get out of here so I can enjoy my Saturday afternoon. God bless you. And once again, thank you for all your kind prayers and kind sentiments. I thank you so much. Thank you. Channel. I talk about everything. There's nothing on this channel I don't discuss. I talk about everything. Breaking news, the White House, life, my experiences dating. This is not a one-stop shop. So if you're curious to what type of network this is, it is not a one-stop shop. It's a donut shop with a whole lot of different flavored donuts. So I'll throw that out there. Ice cream, you know, butter pecan, strawberry, sherbet, vanilla. We talk about it all over here. Thank you so much for your time. Prayers that Austin McDrummond is caught. First thing I thought, whoo, don't come up here. Don't come to East Tennessee. We don't want you up here, okay? We got enough drama going on up here in Knoxville. He's currently on the run, quadruple homicide. Where is he? Is he getting help? He's a wanted man by the Marshal Service. McGann, he's incarcerated down in Arkansas. No bond. He will not be getting out. He has been formally charged for killing that couple in Arkansas. Prayers to the family. The children are with the family, don't know exactly whom. So prayers for that family, that couple. If you see him, turn his butt in. Get that money, turn him in. And even if there was no reward, turn him in. It's the right thing to do. If you see something, say something. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Both of these cases are dealing with children. Baby left behind with no parents. 2 children left without their parents because they were viciously murdered right in front of them. And another thing I read too about the mother, she tried to get her children to safety. Obviously, she took her kids maybe down the trail to get them out of the way. And she went back to help her husband. And she also was stabbed to death. Mr. McGann succumbed, not succumbed, but he got hands cut. So they have a lot. So he did injure himself when he stabbed both of these 2 people to death. Very, very vicious. You don't know people. And sadly, a lot of people are having to find out the hard way that you don't have friends. And the sad thing, you have to be able to trust somebody. Uber driver, maintenance worker, somebody to put in your Xfinity, check your internet, cut your grass, got a plumbing issue, somebody. God help us all. Thank you. You've been listening to The Father's Help. Thank you.